Hello, and welcome to another set of battles in Go Battle League Season 13. Today we are going to be taking on the Weather Cup Great League Edition. I don't even remember if there was an Ultra League Edition. I'm sure there was, but in any case, we're taking on Weather Cup today. But before we jump into it, just to recap where we are right now. Last weekend we were able to do a good amount of sets of battles during the Go Battle weekend, and during that time we were able to get ourselves into the ELO portion of the ratings. We are currently sitting at Ace rank with a 21-19 ELO. All in all, we've battled 200 times throughout the season. We got ourselves a solid 118 out of that, so if my math is serving me correctly, that's about 59% win rate. Not bad. But in any event, we'll go ahead and see if we can increase our odds a little bit as we dive right on in to Weather Cup. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right on into basic rewards, jump right on into the Weather Cup, and to kick things off, we're going to be starting out with the ever-trusty Mud Boy Swampert hanging out on the front with Mudshot, as well as Hydro Cannon and Earthquake. Hanging out in the middle, we have ourselves ARAQUANID. Haven't used ARAQUANID in a hot minute. ARAQUANID is currently rocking, I think it was Bug Bite, as well as Bug Buzz and Bubble Beam, if I remember correctly. And finally closing out, we have Frostless, rocking Powder Snow, as well as Avalanche and Shadow Ball. So with the team all set up, let's go ahead and see how they do. Hoping for good things, but we'll find out. Also hoping to find some people to battle tonight. Oh, there we go. Alright, so first match of the night is going to be against SB Johnny. Alright, SB Johnny, what do you got? Alright, first matchup is going to be up against then Abomasnow. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and swap right on out of there and swap right on in for the ARAQUANID, into which case they're going to swap in for the Tentacruel. Okay, that's kind of cool. With that, I'm going to try and tank out this first move. I think we should be okay, but we'll find out. It's going to be Acid Spray. And it does drop our defense fairly severely, but for the most part, we're hanging in there, so we're okay there at the very least. Now that, we're going to go ahead and fire some bubbles their way. And with that, I'm just going to keep on a-chomping away. As you do. And with that, they're going to fire off a Scald. Probably would not have been very super effective, but for the most part, you know, we're able to, don't want to take the chance if we don't need to, right? And then we'll go ahead and fire a Bug Buzz their way. Doesn't really do all that much damage, but gets them into the red, so at the very least we have that going for us. And with that, we do say goodbye to our ARAQUANID, unfortunately. RIP, buddy, you have served well. In this case, we're going to go ahead and try and tank out what I'm assuming is going to be it's going to be Acid Spray, so we're okay there. With that, we can go ahead and... we were almost able to farm them down, but unfortunately they are able to get to one final charge move. Assuming Scald now? Oh no, it's going to be another Acid Spray. They're just going to drop my defense to oblivion. That's fair, that's fair. With that though, they're going to swap back on in for Abomasnow. I swap in for Frostless, and they swap in for the Lantern. Okay. I think I'm going to try and take out the first one. I should be able to survive at least one. It's going to be a Surf. Does get me well into the yellow, but we're hanging in there just fine. With that, we're going to go ahead and fire an Avalanche their way. See if we can catch the shield. We do. That's good. Alright, with that, we are going to use up our second shield here. If we don't want to tank that out as much as we possibly can. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to go ahead and fire the Shadow Ball their way. That going. Okay, and I think with that, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Frostless here. Yep. So RIP, buddy. You have served well. And with that, we're saying goodbye to our Frostlass, and we're coming back in with the Swampert. They are bringing back the Abomasnow, into which case I'm Hail Marying an Earthquake their way. Ooh, they do decide to shield that one, and I think with that, the Razor Leaf is pretty much going to wipe my... Yep, it's going to wipe my Swampert right off the map, so unfortunately, that does it for us there. RIPs, but nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so not off to a particularly great start, but, you know, the night is still young. We still have 4 matches left in the set. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into match number 2 and see if we can pick up some wins. Speaking of, match number 2 is going to be up against Executor. Nice. Alright, Eggs, what do you got? First match was going to be up against a Pelipper. With that, I'm going to go ahead and swap out for my Frostlass. And with that, I'm assuming... I don't think they have enough for Weather Ball, Hurricane just yet. Yeah, it's going to be a Weather Ball. Does still hurt quite a bit, though, not going to lie. But for the most part, we're still hanging in there. With that, though, we're going to go ahead and fire an Avalanche their way. With that, we actually do manage to take out their first shield. That's kind of nice. With that, we will go ahead and shield out this next one. Just in case. Okay. Or just to keep our Frostlass alive just for a little bit longer, you know. With that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Hail Mary Avalanche their way. And with that, we actually do take out the second shield, interestingly enough. Okay. I dig it. With that, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring back the Swampert, into which case, I know Hydro Can's not going to be very effective, but it is our spammiest move available, so should be able to capitalize on that, if by a little bit. With that, they do hit us with the Hurricane, so that one definitely hurt quite a bit, not gonna lie. And with that, I can go ahead and fire off the Mud Shot. But now we're going to try and tank out this next one from Pelipper. It's going to be another Weather Ball, so we're able to handle that just fine. And with that, we're able to Bug Bite the rest of the Pelipper right on out of here. And with that, next mon to deal with is going to be a Shadow Swampert. And with that, we are able to get to the Bug. We are able to get to the Bug Buzz. So we'll go ahead and fire that off their way. Get some good neutral damage in. There we go. With that, though, they are coming in with the charge move. I will go ahead and shield just in case they're going Hail Mary with an Earthquake or a Sludge Wave or anything of the sort. It'll be Sludge Wave. Probably will pack some pretty nasty neutral damage, if anything. But with that, their final mon is going to be a Cradily. In which case, the Cradily is doing some pretty nasty damage with Bullet Seed. And I'm assuming they're going to be hitting us with a Grass Snot? No, it's going to be Stone Edge. Ooh, okay. Alright, and with that, unfortunately, they are able to finish off my Swamperts with the remainder of their Cradily, so RIPs there. But nonetheless, GG's all around. Sorry. AirPod is making some weird noises. Anyway. So right now, we are currently 0-2. Definitely not an ideal place to be, but... yeah, definitely not an ideal place to be. Oh, there we go, much better. But again, we still have a couple matches left in us, and just in case, I'm going to try and lead with ARAQUANID instead. See if we can catch them off guard with that one. You know, try and keep that same team formula, but just like mix it up a little just to see if maybe ARAQUANID has better chances up at the front. It does appear there's been a decent amount of grass types though, so Swampert might have a bit of trouble, but we'll find out as we go into match number 3 against Inoyon. Alright, Inoyon, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Shadow Cradily. Oh, buddy, okay. And with that, we are able to come right out of the gate with some super effective Bug Bites. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Bubble Beam their way. We'll get some neutral damage, or... okay, we did get a little bit of neutral damage there, so that's kind of nice. With that, I am going to go ahead and shield out here. Grass Knot wouldn't hurt, but Stone Edge definitely will. It is indeed Stone Edge. I think I'll shoot it out that one. And with that though, they swap out for another Shadow, this time in the form of Shadow Marowak. Into which case I am going to swap out for my Swampert. And with that, they're going to hit us hard with the Shadow Bone. Oof. Definitely pack a good amount of damage there. And then we'll go ahead and fire off a Hydro Cannon their way. That we're able to get their first shield right on out of here. And with that, we do have another Hydro Cannon at the ready. Are they going to use their second shield, or are they going to... Oh, they are going to use the second shield. Okay. Alright. I don't think I have enough in me to get to another, unfortunately. So RIP's there. But with that, I'll bring back the ARAQUANID. With that, I'm going to try and tank out one of the Shadow Bones, because I'm assuming they have two on them. It wouldn't surprise me. Yep, there it is. Just what I was looking for. The Shadow Bone. Definitely don't want to shield that. With that, we're going to go ahead and strike back with a Bubble Beam. So... with that, they do come back with the remainder of the Shadow Cradily, who does manage to get off a charge move. I'm assuming it's going to be Grass Knot. Yep. Just enough to finish off the ARAQUANID. RIP, buddy, I've served well. With that though, we are able to finish off the Cradily with our Frostlass and gain at least one bit of energy. Hopefully it's one enough to be able to actually handle the Alolan Marowak. But in actuality, they have decided to swap in instead for the Sudowoodo. Right now, counter's not doing all too much, but I'm assuming they're probably packing like Stone Edge or something in there. So that's going to hurt quite a bit. Hopefully my Frostlass is able to tank it out, but that's a fingers crossed moment right there. Oh, it's gonna be Rock Slide. Ooh, and that is a one and done, unfortunately. So that does mean we are unfortunately 0-3 in this match. So we are starting out in the negative no matter what. Major RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright, so that's definitely not ideal, but we do still have we have 2 matches left in us. Let's see if we can at least get 2 wins out of this as we go into our next match, which is going to be up against Idle Wanderlust 8. Alright, Idle Wanderlust, what do you got? First match is going to be up against an Abomasnow, so that's pretty ideal for us. That they swap out for the Lantern, into which case I'm gonna swap out for my Swampert. The Surfs are definitely gonna pack pretty nasty neutral damage if anything, but yeah, we are on the plus side. We are able to survive that fairly well, so we're okay there. With that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Hydro Cannon their way, see if we can bait out a shield. Yes, we can. That I'm gonna go ahead and shield out this one just in case, because I think that'll get us pretty deep in the red, so I don't know if it'll give us an opportunity to survive long enough for the next one. With that, let's go ahead and fire off the Earthquake. There we go, and with that we managed to clear out to the Lantern. So after a pretty solid start so far, but we do have the Abomasnow, I believe, coming back. Yep. And the Abomasnow is pretty much just going to absolutely decimate the rest of my Swampert. RIP, buddy. You have served well. With that, the next mon is going to be a Toxapex. And with that, we're going to fire off a Bubble Beam just to reduce their attack by a little bit. And with that, we're going to go ahead and swap out for the Frostlass. With that, if anything, Brine is probably going to hurt quite a bit, but I think we should be okay. We're definitely surviving all of the poison damage that they're throwing our way. With that, we're going to go ahead and fire off an Avalanche. It could be possible that they're just gonna tank it anyway because I don't think Shadow Ball is a one-hit kill. Oh no, they decided to shield, so that's a little bit more favorable for us. Kinda nice, it's kinda nice. With that, I think we're gonna be trying to tank out another Brine, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be another Brine. Does get us well into the red, but we're hanging in okay. And with that, let's go ahead and fire a Shadow Ball their way. Okay, that just gets them well into the yellow. And with that, before we meet our inevitable demise, I'll go ahead and fire off an avalanche just to get a little bit. Just one extra pock shot in, you know? Oh, actually more than a pock shot. Nice, okay. And with that, we are now once again face to face with the Abomasnow. I will go ahead and shield out this one. I'm assuming it's going to be Energy Ball. It's going to be Weather Ball, okay. That may have costed me, depending on how much energy they have left. Oh, no. We are good enough to fire off a Bug Buzz. And unless the Abomasnow's do... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if the Abomasnow was more durable than I imagine, then we might actually be in trouble. But fortunately, Bug Buzz was enough to get us the win for this one. GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so right now we are currently 1-3. Once again, definitely not a great place to be, but we do have one win on the board. Let's see if we can at least end with 2 wins on the board as we move into our final match of this set, which is going to be against Infiltration RG. Alright, Infiltration, what are you infiltrating with? First match is going to be up against a Lantern. I think it's a bit risky, but I'm going to try and stick this one out. I'm going to try and risk it. I shouldn't have risked it. You know how it goes. You live and learn, right? You live and learn. Excuse me. Alright, with that, at the very least, before we meet our demise, I might as well just lower their attack, if by a little bit. Let's see, though, if we can get to 1 Bug Buzz. Nope, unfortunately. I got greedy. I think we're just going to be saying goodbye to the Araquanid here. Save the shields for later. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, though, I'm going to go ahead and swap right on in for the Swampert. Into which case, they've actually decided to stick it out, interestingly enough. So, maybe they didn't have a hard counter for Swampert. Or they think Surf's enough to finish things off properly. It could very well. With that though, we'll go ahead and fire off a Hydra Cannon their way. We're either going to do some decent, not very effective damage, or... No, wasn't enough to kill the Lantern, unfortunately, so we're going to have to tank out. I'm assuming it's going to be another Surf. It's probably going to get us well into the red. Oh no, still on the yellow, so we're good there. And with that, we're at least, very least able to finish off the Lantern. Ooh, with that though, they swap in for a Ludicolo, into which case I'm going to swap in for my Frostlass. Oh my goodness. Into which case they're going to swap in for Dugong. Okay, in this particular case, I'm definitely going to want to try and shield as much as I possibly can. Even if it is Icy Wind, I do need Frostlass to actually stay alive as long as it possibly can. Because Frostlass is kind of my only hope against Ludicolo. Ooh, with that, they actually do manage to shield out my last ditch effort at a... Not last ditch effort. They did manage to shield out my Shadow Ball there. Probably could have attempted to double bluff, but it is what it is. And with that, we have had 2 attack debuffs there. Not particularly an ideal scenario, but here we are. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball. And with that... Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and let Swampert eat this. I'm assuming it's going to be another Icy Wind. It could be Water Pulse. Or whatever other move Dugong knows. But it is another Icy Wind, so with that... Swampert bites the dust there. RIPs. Ooh, and Dugong does get to another charge move before we get to another Shadow Ball. So it could be looking like this is the end for us. Yep, there it is. So unfortunately, that does mean this set is going to be a 1 and 4. Definitely not a particularly great way to start the night, but what can you do? In any event, GG's all around. And with that, we can go ahead and just claim this one lone 900 Stardust. I mean, Stardust, still can't argue with that. And with that, unfortunately, that does mean we do drop in our ratings to 2076. But we get a cool 34, 37 Stardust out of that, so, you know. We may have lost the battle and potentially the war, but we did get good we did get Stardust out of it, so I don't know. Also, probably not doing wonders for our win-loss ratio, so yeah. Not how I would have liked to start the night, but you know, these things happen. We just shrug off a rough set, swap out our teams, and move on to set number 2, right? It's probably just the best that we can do sometimes. Oh, and grab water. Water's important. Your friendly stream reminder to stay hydrated. Anyway. Alright, so right now we're off to a pretty rough start with 1 and 4, but we're moving on to our next set with a brand new team. This time around we're going to be rocking off with our Shiny Flex Blaziken up front and center, rocking counter as well as Blaze Kick, and I believe this one's packing Brave Bird. See how that works out for us. Smack dab in the middle we have ourselves Pelipper, rocking Wing Attack as well as Weather Ball and Hurricane, and finally, to close things out, we have ourselves a Abomasnow rocking Razor Leaf as well as Weather Ball and Energy Ball, I believe. Okay, so team is now set. Let's see how we do with this team. Hoping for good things, but we'll find out. Alright, first matchup is going to be against Jster B24. Alright, Jster, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against their Shiny Flex Sandslash. 100% okay with that. With that, they're going to swap in for the Pelipper, in which case I swapped in for the Abomasnow. Not the best case for my Abomasnow, but that's what it is, considering Wing Attack. But nonetheless, we are able to I'm going to try and tank this. It's going to be another Weather Ball, okay. It does get us deep into the yellow. But with that, it turns out it did read my Weather Ball. So we'll go ahead and fire that. Get the Pelipper right on out of here. Get on out of here. And with that, they're going to bring back the Alolan Sunslush, which is going to Shadow Claw the remainder of my Abomasnow and gain itself quite a good amount of energy. We'll see where that leads it. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring back Blaziken. I am going to try and tank out whatever move it's charged up. It is going to be Ice Punch. We're able to handle that just fine. But with that, they've swapped in for the Shadow Swampert, into which case I shall swap in for my Pelipper. We're going to go ahead and fire off a Weather Ball their way. May want to shield because it could be Sludge Wave. Oh no, it's Hydro Cannon. Okay, we didn't have to worry too much. That's good. Better to be safe than sorry, right? And in any event, I'll go ahead and fire off another Weather Ball their way. Okay, with that, they actually do shield twice. I'm kind of curious as to whether or not maybe they are packing Sludge Wave. I just didn't know it. Oh, it's going to be another Hydro Cannon. Does pack quite a punch, though, not going to lie. Ooh, but with that, they actually did have another Hydro Cannon at the ready, which I think is going to be actually taking out my Pelipper here. RIP's there. Alright. Ooh, with that... Ooh, they're going to have this Sandslash absorb this Blaze Kick. Good switch there. But fortunately for us, counter was enough to finish off the remainder of the Swampert before they got to another Hydro Cannon, which I'm assuming probably would have been like 1 or 2 hits away. But nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Okay, so good news there. We're off to a strong start on this set. Hoping to keep spirits high as we go into match number 2 of this set, which is going to be up against Sir Pimps 902. Alright, Sir, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against Enzumaro. Interesting. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap out for my Pelipper, into which case they're going to swap out for their ARAQUANID. Okay. We'll go ahead and fire off a Weather Ball their way, see if we can fake off a shield. Nope, they read right into that one. That's fair, that's fair. With that, I'm going to try and tank out a Bug Buzz. I think we should be able to survive at least one. Yep, we can. We are well into the yellow, or we're right in the red now. So with that, go ahead and see if we can Hail Mary a Hurricane. There we are. And with that, we are able to clear out the remainder of the Bug Buzz. With that, though, they are going to swap out for a Lantern, into which case I'm going to swap in for my Abomasnow. With that, I believe we should be able to tank out any move that Lantern throws our way, unless there's one that I'm not thinking of. It's going to be Thunder. Definitely packs quite a punch, not gonna lie. But we are still able to handle that just fine. With that though, I'm going to go ahead and fire a Weather Ball their way. See if I can bait a shield. There we are. I don't know if bait is quite the right word in this particular case though, all things considered. With that, to go fire off an Ice Beam. Probably would pack some pretty nasty neutral damage if anything. Like that. Okay, go ahead and shield out this one as well. So there'll be another Ice Beam. If we don't want to tank that as much as I possibly can. Thank you very much. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Weather Ball their way just to take out their final shield. There we go. And with that. Okay. You could finish things off with Razor Leaf, but just in case they're gonna like Hail Mary, like a double charge move thing, let's fire off the Weather Ball, clear out the Lantern, and secure ourselves victory number 2 of this set. GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so definitely off to a better start this time around, and we've doubled our win count from last time. Hey-o. So, good news there, good news there. Everything holding up well. Alright, so right now we are currently 2-0. Let's see if we can keep it up. Go for that 3-0 as we move into our next match. There it is. And next match is going to be up against... There it is. DV Rep 88. Alright, DV Rep, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Bastiodon. Something different. Alright. With that, it's the battle of super effective, well, my super effective damage against their... Ooh, I almost fired a Brave Bird at the Bastiodon. That would not have ended particularly well. Alright, then we're going to fire off a Blaze Kick, get their Bastiodon well in the red. With that, they're going to go ahead and fire off their charge move. I am going to go ahead and shield out here just because I want to keep Blaziken alive as long as I can. It is Stone Edge. Probably would have done some pretty nasty neutral damage if anything. Ooh, and with that, they're going to swap in for the Ludicolo, into which case I'm going to swap in for my Pelipper. And with that, Pelipper is taking some pretty nasty neutral damage from the Razor Leaf, but let's see if we can bait out a shield with a Weather Ball. Yes, we can. Alright. Good signs there. Good signs there. And with that, we are now dangerously in the red for our Pelipper. ahead and fire off another weather ball just to just to get them well into the red too. And with that, I think we will be saying goodbye to our Pelipper here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring back the Blaziken and finish off the remainder of the Ludicolo. And with that, what is the last mon they're sending in? Oh, they have two actually. Ooh. Okay, with that, they've brought in, I think that was an Abomasnow. So with that, I'm coming in hot with the Brave Bird. Okay. That didn't do all too much, now did it? And with that, though, is now the mirror matchup between Abomasnow v Abomasnow. Just kidding, it's gonna be Abomasnow v Bastiodon. There it is. Alright, and now we're back to the Abomasnow v Abomasnow. The Battle of the Titans. Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and use my shield here. It's going to be a Weather Ball, which I'm assuming means that I'm not one Weather Ball ahead. They've actually saved up enough energy for two. Oh my goodness. Yikes, okay. Do I survive? I do not, unfortunately. We came so close. I had high hopes on that one, but unfortunately, that one's a no-go. RIP's there, but nonetheless, GG's and GG's all around. Probably got a couple extra energy while battling the Blaziken. Probably. If I had to chalk it up to anything, it's probably that. But yeah, nonetheless. So right now we are currently 2 wins, 1 loss. Still on the positive, so still looking up. But let's see if we can solidify a positive win-loss set as we go into match number 4, which is going to be up against Radiant Chasm 92. Alright, Chasm, what do you got? First matchup is going to be a mirror, Blaziken v Blaziken. I can respect it. With that, they swap out for a Quillfish, into which case I decided to swap in for my Pelipper. I was debating on bringing in the Abomasnow, but oof. I did not read well into the Hail Mary Sludge Wave. So yeah, that one's on me. Alright, but with that, we'll go ahead and bring in the Abomasnow this time. And with that, we should probably shield out anything that Quillfish throws our way. Just because we are now down 1 Pokemon, I'd rather not take that chance if I have to. Thank you very much. And with that, I don't think having Aqua Tail ready means that you also have Sludge Wave ready. I could be wrong. Oh no, it's gonna be another Aqua Tail, so we can tank that one just fine. With that though, ooh, they do come back swinging with the Blaziken. The Blaziken has made a return. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Weather Ball just so we can fire something off before we switch back in for our own Blaziken. Ooh, and just before they kick the bucket, they do manage to fire off one final charge move. They are actually packing Brave Bird. Interesting. You see, we had very similar things going on for that one. Speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and actually fire off a Brave Bird of my own towards you. See if I can get that going. Oh nope! Unfortunately, that's going to be a no-go. So with that, just to get a Pock shot off before my inevitable demise, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a Blaze Kick your way. Just get a little extra damage in before, again, my supposed inevitable demise, which actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. Happens, I guess. So that Hydro Cannon fires, RIP's there. Ooh, they were actually going for the double charge. That actually makes a lot more sense. So unfortunately, that does mean it's going to be loss number 2 of this set. RIP's there as well, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm getting a little nervous here. We are currently 2 wins, 2 losses in this set, which means we could still end with a negative win-loss, and means we actually do dip a little bit lower in our ELO, if I remember correctly. So it kind of all bangs down to this. Critical thinking, interesting. Siri trying to tell me something? I don't know. But it all comes down to this. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 last match. Do we get the positive? Only one real way to find out is we go against 111 Smith 559. Excuse me. Alright, with that, Smith starting out strong with the lantern up front. Which is I'm actually going to go ahead and swap out for my Abomasnow. And up there they are. Got a little concern there. They seem to have disappeared off the face of the map for a second. And with that, we're going to go ahead and fire off a weather ball their way. Actually clear out their first shield there, so that's kind of nice. Alright, we are definitely losing on the Razor Leaf battle here. Definitely not ideal. With that though, I'm gonna go ahead and shield out here. Probably should have just saved that for when Blaziken came back, honestly. But it is what it is. Speaking of, I will go ahead and save up my last shield here. So that does mean I'm going to be saying goodbye to my Abomasnow here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. That though, we're going to come in with the Blaziken, who is able to finish off the remainder of the Abomasnow. With that, yep, we are back face to face with the Shiny Lantern. Whew, excuse me. Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and shield out this Surf, because I'm assuming that's not going to end very well for us. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Blaze Kick their way. And get them right in the red. Okay, swap. Haha! Alright, so I'm assuming they're going to be chucking a Surf our way, so we should be able to tank out that just fine. Yeah, there we go. And with that, we're just going to need to tank out a couple of these sparks. Particularly not ideal, but we're still kicking, so we're good, And with that, the last mon to deal with is going to be a Cradily. In which case, at the very least, we should be able to do some pretty nasty neutral damage with this Huracan. Oh, get them right in the yellow. I like it. And with that, unfortunately, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Pelipper here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, we're able to come back in with the Blaziken. We do have Blaze Kick at the ready, so unless this Cradily is much more durable than I imagine, we should be able. Yep. Or I guess they called it a night before I got the Blaze Kick off, but with that, we were able to secure ourselves victory number 3 of this set, so we are able to end it on a positive. Thank goodness. Got a little nervous there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Calling it a little close for comfort, but managed to secure a win at the very end. I'm pretty happy about that. And with that, we can claim this 900 Stardust, this Sinnoh Stone, as well as an Axew. And then capture you real quick. Boy. There we go. Wait, I need hydration. Hey, excuse me. Alright, so the Axew is ours. How's your stats? Not bad, actually. I'm going to transfer you out anyway. Get a little extra candy. And with that, we can go ahead and claim the rank rewards, in which case, we're able to gain back some of our rating there and get ourselves up to 2092. And got ourselves a good amount of Stardust there, too. So, I'll take it. Slowly but surely re-climbing our way up. Finding our way back home. There we go. We are currently sitting. So started out a little bit rough. with a 1 and 4, but managed to get ourselves a positive set in this last round with 3 wins out of 5. Or I guess a 3 and 2 there. So, alright, so far so good. Okay, so let's see if we can get ourselves another positive win-loss set with team number 3. This time around, we're going to be starting out with Charizard up at the front, rocking Wing Attack, as well as Dragon Claw and Blast Burn. Hanging out smack dab in the middle is going to be Cradily, rocking Bullet Seed, as well as Grass Knot and Stone Edge. And finally closing things out, excuse me, and finally closing things out, we have ourselves Poliwrath, who is rocking Mudshot, oh, excuse me, as well as Dynamic Punch and Ice Punch. Ooh. This team is gonna apparently be the death of me before I even get their name out. But anyway, before I kick the bucket, I'm gonna go ahead and see how this team does in this next set. Alright, so match number 1 for this one is going to be up against Mita Zolam. Alright, Mita, what do you got? Alright, first matchup is going to be up against a Kingdra. I don't know where to begin with Kingdra, okay. Well, they are packing quite a punch with Dragon Breath up front. The good news is, though, I do have access to Dragon Claw, which is super effective, so we'll go ahead and see if we can land. We are actually able to land that. Alright, nice, nice. And with that, because Dragon Breath seems to be whittling my health away real quick, we'll go ahead and fire off another Dragon Claw their way. And with that, they actually do decide to save the Kingdra. Oh, I can see why, because they have a charge move up and running. We'll go ahead and shield ourselves from this Octazooka. In which case, they've swapped in for the Bastiodon, and before I realized it, my poor Charizard kicked the bucket. R.I.P. buddy, you have served well. And in any event, let's go ahead and fire off a Ice Punch their way, see if we can bait the shield. They are assuming I have nothing against them, or they were expecting the bait. Oh, let's find out as they actually fire off a Dynamic Punch their way, see if they shield this one. How clever are you? Oh, you're very clever. Fair enough. You got me with the 1-2. You got me with the 1-2. Alright, with that, we're going to go ahead and try and tank out their first move. I think we should be able to survive anything they throw our way. It's going to be Stone Edge. Yeah, we're hanging out perfectly fine. So with that, we'll go ahead and chuck another Dynamic Punch their way, which should do fantastic super effective damage, I'm assuming. Oh, yes, it does. So with that, we managed to clear out the Bastiodon. What comes next? Next up is going to be the Cradily. Ooh, hello. Alright, with that, they're going to swap out for the Kingdra. And with that, we'll go ahead and swap. We do have Dynamic Punch at the ready on Poliwrath, so however it goes in this match, we at least know that we have that set up and ready to go. Excuse me. But with that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Stone Edge their way, get them well into the yellow. That, I'll go ahead and try and tank out this next one. Grass Knot. Ooh, gets me right on the edge. And with that, we say goodbye to our Cradily, but we do have the Dynamic Punch ready with the Poliwrath, so we'll go ahead and fire that off. And with that, we're able to clear off the rest of the Cradily, and secure ourselves victory number 1 of this set. GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so with that, we are currently starting off strong with 1 win out of 1. But let's see if we can get ourselves let's go for 2 for 2 as we look for our next match. There we go. And next match is going to be up against Rostar 6. Alright, Rostar, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Talonflame. It's the Battle of the Firebirds. Unfortunately, plagued by weak connection. I guess it is what it is. Alright, gonna fire off a Dragon Claw their way, able to get ourselves a chunk of neutral damage out of there. With that, just in case they're going for the Hail Mary, I'm gonna go ahead and shield out here. Nope, they're going for the Flame Charge. Makes sense. Get the attack boost before I'm assuming they're going for the Hail Mary next, considering the level of health that their Talonflame is currently sitting at. I could always be wrong, but just in case I'm not, let's go ahead and shield out here. Nope, it's gotta be another Flame Charge. I was indeed wrong again. Yep. And then we'll go ahead and fire off another Dragon Claw their way, into which case I'm going to swap out for my Poliwrath. The mud bombs are definitely going to be pretty annoying to tank out, but we should neutralize their blizzard for the most part. Yeah. Okay, maybe neutralize is a strong word. We're able to tank that out much better, I think, than most. So I'll take that as I'll count that as a victory in its own right. And with that, I'm assuming we're gonna be facing off a mud bomb in just a moment. Yep, there it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a Dynamic Punch. We'll get them well in the red. Nice, nice. And with that, we do say goodbye to our Poliwrath there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. And with that, will the Wish Cache end us with a Blizzard, or does it firing off a Mud Bomb? It is firing off a Mud Bomb. Does pack quite a punch to it, though, I must admit. But we are able to finish off the remainder of the Wish Cache. In which case now... with that, they actually double Mud Bombed with a Marshtomp. Okay. Okay, with that... they've swapped back in for the Talonflame. Fortunately, I haven't chosen a charge move yet, so I'm able to fire off a Stone Edge, clear the remainder of the Talonflame, into which case the only thing left to deal with is going to be the Marshtomp. Hopefully we have enough in us to be able to finish this Marshtomp off. Fortunately, we do have Grass Knot at the ready, so let's see if this is a one and done. Here's hoping. Oh, there we go. Marshtomp is no more, and we're able to secure ourselves victory number 2 of this set. GG's. GG's all around. Okay, so good news. We are currently sitting at 2 for 2. Now comes the pivotal moment if we find out if we can go for 3 for 3 with this team. As we go into match number 3. There we go. And with that, match number 3 is going to be up against Bad News Bears 100. That's a lot of Bad News Bears. But alright, Bad News Bears, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Talonflame. And not gonna lie, this is the most I've seen of Talonflame. But in any event, I'm going to fire off a Dragon Claw their way, and with that, I'm actually going ahead and swap out for my Poliwrath. I think for the most part my charge moves are pretty much ineffective, but I think we should be able to tank out most, if not all, everything that Toxapex throws our way in terms of charge moves. I could be wrong. Could be Sludge Wave. Oh, there's. Speaking of Sludge Wave, there's the Sludge Wave I was thinking of. I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Dynamic Punch their way, get them well in the yellow, and with that, I'm going to be saying goodbye to my Poliwrath here. RIP, buddy. That admittedly probably could have gone better if I switched in for Cradily instead. I had to be honest with you. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shield out this one just in case it is going to be another Sludge Wave. It is going to be another Sludge Wave. And with that, before I get a little too greedy, let's go ahead and fire off a Grass Knot, finish off the remainder of the Toxapex there. There we go. And with that, we see the return of the Talonflame. Excuse me. I'm going to attempt to see if I can tank out one Flame Charge, because it is neutral damage. Alright, so the answer is yes. We'll go ahead and fire off a Grass Knot their way, manage to secure ourselves one of their shields, and with that, I'm going to actually swap on out for my Charizard, into which case I am now face to face with a Lantern. Oh, buddy, okay. And with that, nah. I think in this particular case, I'm going to let my Charizard bite the dust there. RIP, buddy, you've served well. But I want to keep as much resources as I can for Cradily. Because I think Cradily is going to be our... I may be putting too many chips into Cradily, but I have high hopes for Cradily. Well, I did put too many chips into Cradily. I never realized Incinerate hit that hard. What can I say? And with one shield left in their arsenal, I think we're unfortunately saying goodbye here. Yeah, so unfortunately the Talonflame does get the best of my Cradily. But nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Yeah, admittedly, if anything, I probably shouldn't have done the Poliwrath into Toxapex. I think that was just a rough call on my part. I think I just assumed I had better resistance to whatever Toxapex threw at us, but, you know, the more you know. The more you know. Anyway. Alright, so with that, we are currently sitting 2 wins, 1 loss. Let's see if we can... lock in a positive win-loss set with this next matchup. Assuming we find another matchup. It does take a hot minute sometimes. This is what you all life is. Oh, there it is. Alright, and with that, match number 4 is going to be up against... Honey Sing 1910. Alright, Honey Sing, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against an Alolan Sunslush. Cool, cool. And with that, my fast move isn't doing all too much to the Sandslash, and I think this Ice Punch? Weather Ball? Ice Punch? Weather Ball. Weather Ball. Ice Punch. Yep, it does do some pretty nasty neutral damage, if anything. But with that, they have swapped in for the Quagsire, who's going to be tanking out this Dragon Claw. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap in for my Cradily. And we are going to be taking some neutral damage from their ground-type moves, but I think we'll be okay with the rock types. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. We're taking neutral damage no matter what. Good to know. Good to know. Got you, got you. Well, in any event, the Quagsire has been taken care of. And with that, the next mon to deal with is going to be a Frostlass. Interesting. With that, I'm going to go ahead and use up my first shield here. It's going to be Avalanche. It does pack some pretty nasty neutral damage. Into which case, I'm going to now fire off a Stone Edge their way. I'm assuming I'm going to be taking a shield. There we are. Alright, stop. Oh, the Cradley died. Shoot. Okay. That complicates things a little bit, but I think we'll still be okay. Well, we'll find out. I'm going to try and tank this out. Even if it's Shadow Ball, I think we should be okay. Yeah. Well, we're deep in the... Deep in yellow and actually on the verge of red. But we are still kicking. Gonna try and see if I can fake out a shield with this Ice Punch. Oh no, they were up and ready to let Frostlass kick the bucket there. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an Avalanche. And with that, ah, shoot! I should have went for the dragon. I should have went for the Dragon Claw, but I went for the Blast Bird. Oh well, they decided to tank it out regardless, so that's good for me there. That, okay. This might actually end in a loss for me. There's a good chance this is ending in a loss for me, considering the conditions I'm in right now. Yep. Dang it. Yeah, well. It is what it is. RIP's there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright. Back to the uncomfortable feeling where 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 match decides whether or not we creep up in the ELO or creep down in the ELO. Will we once again secure ourselves a 3-2? Or are we looking at an unfortunate 2-3? Only one real way to find out as we move into our final match of this set, which is going to be up against... There you are. JM Loose. Alright, JM Loose. You'll be starting out with an Abomasnow. And so that they actually do decide to stick it out for this match, interestingly enough. Alright. I can respect it. With that though, we're going to go ahead and start things off by firing off a Dragon Claw their way, and with that they're going to go ahead and shield that one out. With that, I'm going to go ahead and respect your use of the shield and use of my own shield here. Excuse me. For the Weather Ball. Alright, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Dragon Claw your way. Either clear shield number 2 or do some good neutral damage. And with that, we got our answer with good neutral damage. And with that, they're coming in hot with the Lantern next. I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Dragon Claw their way, get some decent neutral damage. And with that, I'm going to swap in for the Cradley. Alright, with that, I think even if they do fire off Thunderbolt, we should be okay. Or Surf, sorry. I think actually Surf is probably their best bet for the most part, I'm assuming, because that's the one that packs neutral damage. With that though, they're going to be swapping in for their own Cradley. That. I'm going to fire off a Stone Edge their way. Get some good neutral damage in. I will go ahead and shield up here. With that, they're hitting us with the Bulldoze. Oh, okay. Was not expecting Bulldoze of all things, but okay. I can respect it. with that, we'll go ahead and fire off Grass Knot, and with that, we actually are able to finish off the Lantern there. Ooh, but we are, or not Lantern, we are able to finish off the Cradley there. That we are now once again face to face with the Lantern. Can I get to Grass Knot? I can get to Grass Knot, okay. But is it enough? I'm hoping so. Okay, the research task tells me it was. We were able to secure ourselves victory number 3 of this set and stay in the positive. Alright, but nonetheless, GG's all around. And with that, we can go ahead and claim this 900 Stardust as well as the Silver Pineapple, and we got ourselves a Lickitung. I should probably try and build up a Lickitung. Here it goes good. It's a good investment. But I need candies first. Especially XLs. I think Lickitung requires XL if I remember correctly. Anyway. Alright, with that we got ourselves a brand new Lickitung. It's not bad in stats. Not the greatest. Oh yeah, well at least for this one I need XL candies. I need a lot of XL candies. It's practically maxed, I'm assuming. Yeah, practically there. That's an investment. That's an investment for later. But for now, we'll go ahead and make our way back into the 2100s, even if only slightly, the 2105. And with that, we got ourselves a cool 4,000 Stardust. So definitely help with that eventual Lickitung, Lickitung investment. But that's later. Aurelius Aurora, hello, welcome to the stream. So is Greymon in this game? I'm going to assume absolutely 100%. I don't know what you're not I'm going to guess no. Sorry. Maybe a different game. Maybe another game. Maybe in a few. But yeah, no, sorry. But welcome anyway. Where are we right now? Oh yeah. So right now we are currently. We started out a little bit of a rough spot with 1 win out of 5, but in the past 2 sets we were able to make our way back up a little bit in the rankings with consecutive 3 wins out of 5. So far so good on those ones. Now we move forward. We see if the next team is also able to get us a positive win-loss, or if it's going to be rough times ahead. Excuse me. But first, water. Excuse me. Once again, please stay hydrated. Alright, but in any event, I'm going to go ahead and jump right back into basic rewards. We're going to jump into the Weather Cup. And this time around, we're going to be starting out with a Lowland Sand Slash up front and front. Rocking Shadow Claw as well as Ice Punch and Bulldoze, if I remember correctly. Hanging out in the middle is going to be Lantern, rocking Spark, and this time with Surf and Thunderbolt. And closing out, we have ourselves Jellicent, rocking Hex, as well as Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball. So, with this team all set up and ready to go, let's see how they do. Hoping we're able to stay into the positives. Feel like that extra incentive kind of weighs on me a little bit now that we have a rating that goes up and down. But anyway, first matchup of this set is going to be against Rio Roots. Alright, Rio Roots, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Jellicent. Alrighty. And so with that, we're able to get ourselves some good old-fashioned neutral damage with the Shadow Claws. super effective damage with the Shadow Claws. My apologies. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Ice Punch their way. They did decide to eat that one. Alright, with that, just in case they're going full nuke Shadow Ball on me. Nope, they're gonna go Bubble Beam. Okay, so we didn't have to worry all too much on that one. I think I am gonna go ahead and shield out this one though, because I'm assuming this one's gotta be the Shadow Ball. Yep, this one's gotta be the Shadow Ball. There we are. Alright, with that, I think we've gathered ourselves a decent amount of energy, so let's go ahead and fire off a Bulldoze their way. With that, the Jellicent actually did survive the Bulldoze, but we were able to Shadow Claw it right afterwards, so good news for us there. With that, they are coming in with their own Alolan Sand Slash. In which case I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Bulldoze their way, which actually does connect, and with that I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Jellicent. With that, they do come in with the Abomasnow. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off Bubble Beam just to reduce their attack, if only by a little bit. And with that, we should be able to fire off another Bubble Beam their way. Just to drop their attack, if by a decent amount. Alright, but anyway. And with that, we're going to go ahead and bring in the Alolan Sand Slush, who is going to be tanking. It's going to be Energy Ball. Unfortunately, our Steel typing is coming in very handy there. Alright, but with that, we'll go ahead and fire off an Ice Punch their way. So let's go ahead and fire that. Some good old-fashioned neutral damage. And with that, we are able to finish off the remainder of the Abomasnow, into which case now we can swap in for the Lantern to chip away at the Alolan Sand Slush. And with that, they're going to fire off they fired off Ice Punch against my Lantern, but after that they have decided to call it a night before I guess this match dragged. They dragged that one on. So nonetheless, GG's all around. That cool. Hope they bring the big three legendaries: Ring Dragon of War, Obelisk, and Slifer. Oh, that would be absolutely dope. Can't wait to start playing my Pokemon in defense position. That's one of the core features they need to bring back into Pokemon Go. They need to bring back Trap and Spell cards. That's what we're missing. Come on, Niantic. What are you doing? Yeah. Anyway. Z-Average T? I think Z-Average T? Ziavera GT? I apologize, I'm butchering your name so hard. But hello and welcome to the stream. And congratulations on your Unreal luck. The people don't say, let's duel before each battle, like in the show. Thought Pokemon already had traps like Field Hazard, Spike, Toxic Spike, and Stealth Rocks. Oh yeah, sorry, that only lives in the main games. I just checked yesterday's Larvitar IPs and guess how many Shundos I got? 4. Bet. I don't know. I'm assuming if you're asking me to guess, it's gotta be more than 1. Four sounds about right. I don't know. Maybe 3? 3 or 4? 8. I don't know. If you get 8, I'm guessing. Oh, it is 4. That's amazing. Dude, congrats. And they're all shundos. That's awesome. Yeah. I did actually manage to get my first ever shundo in this game ever. Thanks to, what was it? Yeah, Larvitar got to be my first shundo, so I was pretty happy about that. Dang, that's cool. That's, yeah, 4 times that amount. Much respect. I'd ask if you ever trade it out, but please don't trade it out because it's going to reset the IVs and it's just not going to be... Unless they happen to be lucky as well and it remains a hundo when you trade it and happens to turn lucky while you're at it. I don't know. Might as well add the lucky status, right? I don't know. That's awesome. Yeah, I wish they never put IVs in the game. It's just pain to get the right IVs. Yeah, it can be a bit of a struggle to. The IV game can be pretty disheartening, especially when it comes to like, you want to get good IVs on your shiny and stuff like that. If it helps though, at least in terms of Go Battle League, IVs do help a little bit, but it's not something I would focus too heavily on. I think it's just like it's a cool stat to look at. Those are some cool bars and stars to take a look at, and sure, it's more ideal for higher IVs, but if you're looking to battle with them, as long as the CP matches the limit pretty closely, I think you'll be okay. I like to believe. Then again, I'm like nearly struggling in all my matches, so maybe there's an IV secret that I'm not tapping into. Yeah, I think my luck with Tyrannitars and Larvitars is just unreal because my first Tyranitar I got it from a raid and it was a hundo. Hey. I think just you and Tyranitar were just meant to be. Clearly it's pining to be your favorite, to be your #1 Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Clearly, that's the sign. It has to be Tyranitar. Every Tyranitar's just gotta be your buddy from now on. That's the teams you always send into raids, even if it's not very effective. You go into Registeel raids with an army of Tyrannitars for some reason. Yeah. Imagine Modest Gengar with 0 IVs for special attack and max IV for defense. Oof. I can only imagine. Oh, they bring like that stuff in? Oh my goodness. I mean, it'll get me better prepared for understanding main game. Well, I guess yeah. There's already like a IV spread in the main games. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm saying like, or if they bring in like the mood and stuff like that into this game, I have the difficulty tracking everything. Anyway. Yeah, I guess it'll be better prep for transitioning into trying to battle in main series games because I'm just I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I can handle more than bars and stars as my stats. I'm not ready to look out for more things. Anyway, I still got 500 XL, so I'll get at least 1 Shundo. Level 50. I respect that. Can almost get. That was that require like 110 more? Or no, don't listen to me. I don't math. I don't math on the XLs. Actually, since we're here, where's my tie? There's my tie. How many XL candies do you need? Oh, 296. Yeah, you need oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're gonna need what was that? 192 more? No. What am I talking about? 500 and oh, you're gonna need 92. You're gonna need 92 more candies. Alright, something like that. Yeah, 46, 46, 92. Yeah. So yeah, that should only take like what is that? All you need is just another Larvitar community to pop up, or like the fossil event or something to come back. It's almost February. They like to launch rock types and fossils then. So maybe Larvitar will be featured, and just gotta hope and pray for all the high level ones so you can max out your XL candy gainage. There you go then. And then just best buddy every Tyranitar. Yes, every Tyranitar needs to have the best buddy ribbon. I don't care if you only need one to get the CP boost, you need the ribbon. It's not the same without the ribbon. But yeah. But yeah. I don't know where I was going with all of that. But yeah. Again, congrats on the four Shundos. I am very impressed and very jealous. Anyway, while you count it out, I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into the battles. Into which case we are. Oh yeah, we managed to secure ourselves 1 win out of 1 with this team. So we'll go ahead and see if we can go 2 for 2 as we move into our next match. 1,000 kilometers is, yeah, light work. Alright, well anyway. Moving on to the next match, which is going to be up against a Bostrodon. In which case I'm going to go ahead and swap out for my Jellicent, into which case they're going to swap in for excuse me, their Abomasnow. In this particular case, I'm just going to go ahead and Hail Mary a Shadow Ball their way. Ooh, and we're actually able to get a decent amount of neutral damage in at the very least. Let's go ahead and just chuck a Bubble Beam their way just to get a little extra damage there. A little extra attack debuff. And with that, we say goodbye to our Jellicent there. RIP, buddy, have served well. And with that, we're going to go ahead and come right on in with the Lowland Sand Slush. With that, we'll go ahead and try and take out this Energy Ball, into which case we're able to handle that just fine. And with that, we're able to Shadow Claw the Abomasnow right on out of here, into which case we're now face to face with a Bostrodon. Up. That, I assume I caught it in time to fire off the Bulldoze instead, but we're going to stick with the Ice Punch. So there's that. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shield out here. Just because I'm assuming, okay, it's going to be Flamethrower, which is definitely not something I want to try and tank out. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to go ahead and fire the Bulldoze their way. And I think we're bulldozing into something else. Oh, it's going to be Ludicolo. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap right on in for my Lantern. Into which case, I'm going to... I thought I switched out for the Thunderbolt, but I guess we're firing Surf. That way we're able to take out their first shield. This is nice. And with that, we are able to get the Ludicolo into half health there. And with that, I think the Razor Leaf is actually going to be finishing this off here. So RIP's there. As I fire off one Ice Punch. A decent amount of damage in, but unfortunately not enough to finish off the Ludicolo before our inevitable demise. So RIP's there, but nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Sorry, going back to the previous conversation. Yeah, walking 1,000 kilometers not gonna take like a year. Yeah, it's probably gonna take like... What is that? Well, I mean, if you walk a measly 100 kilometers every day, it should only take 10 days. How far even is 100 kilometers? Okay, and another mech trick is just a measly 62 miles. That's walkable in a day, right? Clearly. I don't know if one can even feel their legs after that long of a walk. Anyway. It's a lot of miles. But okay. Right now in this match we are currently 1 win, 1 loss, so let's see if we can tip the scales back into our favor. Hope for a positive win-loss ratio again as we go into match number 3, which is going to be against Logan 482692. Alright, Logan, what do you got? First matchup's going to be up against an Abomasnow, so we should be able to handle any of the moves they throw our way. And with that, we can go ahead and start chucking some ice punches their way. Pretty decent neutral damage going. And with that, we're going to swap out for the Poliwrath, into which case I'm going to swap out for my Lantern. With that, I'm going to try and tank it out. Even if it is Dynamic Punch, I think we should be okay. Yeah, we're technically fine. With that, we'll go ahead and fire off a Thunderbolt their way. Excuse me. Get that going. With that, we're able to take out their shield. With that, and we'll go ahead and respect their use of a shield with my own shield. Get a Dynamic Punch. With that, never actually realized they actually outspeed my. Well, I guess that makes sense. Mudshot is pretty fast at energy generation. Go ahead and fire off a Surf their way. Hope that's enough to finish off the remainder of the Poliwrath. It is. We got that going for us. With that, oh shoot! I've made a terrible mistake. I've brought in the Jellicent. Well, they did swap in for the Lantern, so I guess I have a little bit of leeway before my inevitable demise. With that, let's see if we can tank out. I'm assuming this is going to be a... Oh, it's going to be a Thunderbolt. Ooh, we are still alive, and we actually do have the Shadow Ball at the ready. So I'll go ahead and fire that off. And with that, we're able to get the Lantern well into the yellow. That, okay, we're able to bring in Lantern. We're able to fire off a Thunderbolt on our end. Let's see if it's enough to do some good damage. Ooh, brings them right on the edge. With that though, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Lantern before the end of this match. RIP's there. With that, we're able to bring back a Lowland Sandslash, into which case all we gotta do is hope and pray Abomasnow doesn't have anything that can one-shot us. I don't think it does, but you never know. Anything can happen. With that, gonna hang us with Weather Ball. We are sitting perfectly fine. And with that, we're able to Shadow Ball the rest, Shadow Claw, I'm sorry, the rest of the Abomasnow away and secure ourselves victory number 2 of this set. GG's. GG's all around. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm missing out on this conversation out here. Aurelius, just go out for a hike, and if anyone asks why you're going on a hike, just say you're a trainer. Yeah, keep it ambiguous. Just say, I'm training to be the best. Like no one ever was. Truth. If it's based off a jellyfish, then why doesn't it have an electric typing? That's a fair question. It would be a good combo, much like instead of the I guess the angler, or I guess the anglerfish can stay too, but yeah, why doesn't it share the typing? And I don't know, I guess it's as good as mine. I guess they wanted that they just really wanted that water ghost typing, and they just saw maybe the lifeless floating of a jellyfish and thought, that gives me ghost vibes. There's another jellyfish with Pokemon, but it's rock and poison. Oh yes, well that's an alien. It doesn't count. It's not supposed to make sense, even though the other ones have typings that pretty much make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. I don't know where the rock comes from. It doesn't really give me rock vibes. It's very squishy. Nah, I don't know. Maybe there's something in the Pokédex entry that explains the rock part of that jellyfish Pokemon, but I guess they didn't want to rock Kazik from space, like a comet. I guess that could make sense. You know, some kind of space rock material that looks like jelly. It's a very fluid rock. Anyway. But yeah, I could see that. I could see that working. Anyway, right now we are currently 2-1 in this set. I have an eyelash in my eye, I think. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Anyway, let's see if we can solidify that positive win-loss in match number 4, which is going to be up against Ribozzo. Alright, Ribozzo, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against an Abomasnow. So once again, starting off on good footing. Alright, and with that, they have decided to call it a night. So, good news, we're ending the night on a positive 3 wins. But yeah, GG's all around. Alright, so good news, no matter what happens in this next match, we're ending on a positive, but we might as well see if we can end it with a 4-1 as we move into our final match of this set. And this match is going to be up against Machismo. Alright, Machismo, what do you got? First matchup is going to be against a Shiny Flex Sudowoodo. That gives me reason to nope right on out of there and swap in for the Jellicent. In which case, they're going to swap in for a Cradily. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball there, get them well into the yellow. And with that, I am going to try and tank out this next move because I think Grass Knot's not enough to one and done me. Well, I'm technically not wrong. I don't know if I can say I'm right either, though. It's my goodness. And with that, we're saying goodbye to our Jellicent there. RIP, buddy. You've served well. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shield out this next one. Yep, it's going to be Stone Edge. Probably would have packed a pretty nasty neutral damage, if anything. And with that, though, I'll go ahead and waste no time and go ahead and fire off an Ice Punch their way. And right, we're able to clear out the Cradily. With that, they're coming back with the Sudowoodo, into which case I'm going to go ahead and swap out for my Lantern. Now, in this particular case, we should be able to start chipping away at their shields with Surf. I'm gonna chance it. Oh, it's a Meteor Beam. Okay. Ow. Okay. Okay, that one hurt. That one hurt a lot. Alright, with that, it's back to Alolan Sandslash against the now Toxapex. They're going to be firing off Brine, which does pack some pretty nasty neutral damage. And with that, let's go ahead and see if we can bait off their shield with an ice punch. I'm starting to wonder if they know that I have bulldoze. I don't know if they know. In any event, I'm gonna go ahead and fire off another Brian our way. Oh, I'm gonna take the chance. I'm taking the chance. Get the bulldoze off. Clear the... Yeah, but... Well, we did manage to clear out the Toxapex, but unfortunately the Sudowoodo is able to counter our Alolan Sandslash into Oblivion, so unfortunately that's going to be a loss to end the set. RIPs there, but nonetheless GG's all around. I guess I didn't need to include the RIPs, but nonetheless. And in fact, we do still manage to get ourselves a positive 3 wins out of 5 again, so I'll take that. Our tag battle is a thing in this game. I don't believe so, unfortunately. Be nice, but like a tag team thing, like doubles and stuff like that. I don't know how I would manage that though. Like I need a second phone for that. I'm sure there's a way, maybe like be the only functionality that requires you to be like horizontal instead. I don't know, but as cool as a tag team battle kind of thing would be, unfortunately that's not a thing right now. Maybe they'll find a way. Imagine teaming up with a random stranger just for them to cuss you out for losing. Oh, so like every video game, right? We can share in the multiplayer co-op experience. Par for the course, but yeah. Yeah, fun times. Let's make Pokemon into Call of Duty. Yes, that's what Pokemon Go was missing. All of the Call of Duty features. Oh yeah, I totally missed on that earlier part. I apologize, Z Average T. But yeah, congratulations on the 5th Shundo, the Larvitar. I smacked down a good move for Tyranitar. I'd say it's a really solid move. I think in terms of raid battles and whatnot, for maxing out, I think it does put Tyranitar pretty high up on the attack list for rock-type Pokemon. And considering, I think there's been a decent amount of flying-type Pokemon in raids, you should be pretty good against those ones. But is Bite better? It depends. I'd say Smackdown is... personally, I find Smackdown a better move all in all. I would say in PvP it's very... I would say Smackdown's better in PvP for the most part. The only time I feel like you ever would rely on Bite instead is if you happen to be against something that's weak to Dark-type moves and you just want to rely solely on fast move damage, into which case Bite is definitely able to pack that. But I think Smackdown is still does generally good damage and is able to produce a good amount of energy. So yeah, whereas Bite does a lot of damage, but its energy generation is kind of So yeah, I would say for the most part I would hang on to Smackdown for now. I think it's a better all-arounder than Bite is. But if you did want to make one or two Tyranitars, maybe not your Shundo, but if you happen to have like extra ones, or maybe if and when you ever evolve your other Larvitar, maybe you can turn that one into your Bite, your biting Tyranitar. So in the event that it's required, in the event that you want to like test out how Bite works for you, it could work out, maybe. If you are planning to evolve your, I mean, if you want to keep your Larvitar Shundo, that's cool too. I would 100% respect that. But yeah. Yeah, I would say personally I like SmackDown better. I think SmackDown is better overall, but in terms of general attack damage, I think you'll find good use in Bite. Yeah. I think I'm remembering these moves correctly. Yeah, anyway. Might keep it because it's pretty low CP. That's fair. This is always nice to have the Ashundo pre-evolution. I don't know. I also feel like, at least for me personally, I like Larvitar. I feel like Larvitar's shiny is a bit more on the saturated side, and I don't know, I like that better than Tyranitar's. Pupitar is going all kinds of purple. I don't know what happened there. I mean, it's a good purple, it's just, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it to just go purple. Anyway. Purple, pink, something like that. Yeah. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and claim these rewards as well. A 900 CP, a fast TM, and we got a Swablu. Oh. Yeah, it's fair. 4 Shundos is already a lot of work. You got a lot of kilometers to get through. Is this my first day streak? I think it's my first day streak. Yeah, we just started up a brand new day. And with that match, we are now up to 2118. We got another 4062 Stardust. And I can't help but feel like this brought us back roughly to where we were earlier. I think that's what happened. I gotta rewind the tape to see where exactly we started, but I think we're either really close to where we started, or we've what do you call it? We've gone beyond. I'm hoping we've gone beyond, but that's to be. We'll review that later. But anyway, so to kind of recap, started out the Weather Cup sets kind of rough with 1 win out of 5, but we've managed to stay consistent with the 3 following teams with 3 wins out of 5 for sets 2, 3, and 4. So at least we're staying consistent, so I'll take that. But yeah, with that, we'll go ahead and do one final set before we officially call it a night. I'm not 100% sure how this team is going to work out for us, but it's okay, we'll find out together. Anyway, with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump right back into basic rewards, jump into the Weather Cup. And this time around, we're going to be starting out with Wish Cash up front and center, rocking Mudshot as well as Mud Bomb and Blizzard. Hanging out in the middle, we have ourselves Gyarados rocking Dragon Breath as well as Crunch and Aqua Tail. And excuse me. To close everything out, we have ourselves Probopass. Been a very long time since I used one of those. But we have Probopass hanging out on the back with Spark as well as Rock Slide and Thunderbolt, I believe. I have 60 Poffins, they're going to help a lot. I feed it nothing but Poffins, just all day, every day. And just grab your Tyranitar, feed it a Poffin, and then just walk until you can walk no more. And then take like a quick 5-minute breather and then walk all the way back home or something, I don't know. And just repeat that for like the rest of 2023 and you're all set. You're all set and ready to go. You have your army of Tyranitars ready to tear down anything that stands in your way. I believe. Anyway. Speaking of believing, I'm hoping and believing that this is going to work out for us, but, well, there's only one way to find out. Alright, so first match of the set is going to be up against Hawaiian Owl. Hey, local brother. Anyway, possibly. I don't know if this is actually... Anyway, but the Hawaiian Owl is starting out with a ARAQUANID. I remember things. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap right on out for my Gyarados, into which case they're going to swap out for their Lantern. Okay, so we're definitely not going to be surviving this, but we might as well pack as much damage as we can with our Dragon Breath. And with that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and... Actually, no. I'm going to trust in the Dragon Breath to get us a little bit more damage in before our inevitable demise. And with that, at the very least, we can go ahead and fire off a Aqua Tail their way, so we can either do a little bit of damage, or a lot of bit of damage. It's kind of nice. And we're actually able to finish off the Lantern there. That's even nicer. And so with that, the next mon that we have to deal with is going to be an Abomasnow. Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and come in with the Probopass. In which case we're going to be relying on the ever-trusty Slide more rocks at it. Go ahead and slide said rocks. Some decent damage, or take out one of their shields. And with that, speaking of shields, I'm going to go ahead and use up my last shield here. In which case they're going to be firing off an Energy Ball. And with that, we got ourselves another couple more rocks to slide their way, so we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. And with that, we're able to get them well into the red. And with that, we'll go ahead and slide one last set of rocks their way. That we're able to clear the clear out the I don't know why I'm blanking so hard. Clear out the Abomasnow, but now we have the ARAQUANID to deal with. It's firing out Bug Buzz. It packs quite a bit of damage there. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off Mud Bomb their way. That we're able to clear out their last shield. That's kind of nice. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire off Blizzard. I don't think it's going to do all too much, but here's hoping. Well, it got them well into the yellow, but unfortunately it's nowhere near enough to actually clear out the ARAQUANID. So unfortunately, we're going to be starting out this set with a loss. RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright, and with that, actually, yeah, if you're up for it, I'm always down. I'm always open to a battle. If you're feeling it. Are we friends on here? I apologize, it's been a while. Should I check by your... Oh, by that. But yeah, if you're up to battle, I'm down. Always open. We are not. In that case, did you want me to send my friend code, or did you want to? Send your friend code my way. Then I can send out a gift and duke it out while I catch random things around me. sheep. Oh, thank you. Okay, give me one moment. Go ahead and swap over here. I got to something real quick. Sorry, just claiming the thing real quick. Okay. And with that, I just gotta type things. Okay, so the friend request has been sent. And it's off. That was fast. Where are you? There you are. You have a gift. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just taking care of random things in the background. Don't mind me. Excuse me. In the night. Did I get the invite? Oh no, sorry, nothing yet. Excuse me. I do wonder if we first need to send you to Great League. Okay. Maybe if we need to be at least great friends first, but maybe we don't. Well, in any event, invite has been sent. I shall prep a team. See what we feeling. Sure, this team handled pretty well. All right. Invite has been sent. Currently waiting for you to accept the challenge. Up, I see you're choosing a team. Go ahead and switch back here because the team has already been set. Oh, and I'm actually starting. Best of luck to you. Let's see how it goes. Alright, first matchup. I see you bringing in the Wigglytuff. Coming in with the charm damage. Sadly, I have no resistance to this charm damage. But I am able to get to my charge moves faster. Haha. Coming in with the ice beam. I see we're all firing ice beams out here. Next up is gonna be the Metatram. Alright, what you hitting me with? Gonna be an ice punch. Got a lot of ice things going on in your team. I can respect it. Okay. Okay. How is this gonna go? Ooh, okay. Ooh, closing things out with the pancake. Okay. Muddy water. I don't think I've ever seen muddy water actually get run. That was interesting. I respect it. It does also drop my attack, which isn't particularly ideal, but you know, we're here. Alright. What you throwing at me? It's another muddy water. So much muddy water. Okay. Wonder if I'm gonna come to regret this. Oh no. I have, yes. This might end interestingly. Do I survive? I do. Man, that's some scary stuff. Giving me a run for my money out here. Yeah, GG's. GG's, GG's. Sorry, I keep trying to figure out how to pronounce your name. Is it Zeavera GT? Is that how it goes? Okay. That's some pretty cool stuff though for being pretty new to battling. You got some good strats going. Got some very meta prevalent mons on you. It's good. I respect the team. It brought everything into the red for me. I think the Metatram just had to like sneeze on my other two Pokemon and it probably would have just ended right there. But yeah, GG's. GG's, yeah, there. Alright, anyway. That was fun. I keep an eye on that muddy water. Interesting. Switch back into here. Yeah, Yuri Avenger, hello and welcome to the stream. Also, yes, check out pvpoke.com sorry, .com for correct movesets on your Pokemon and pointers for building teams. Yuri Avenger raises a very excellent point. And also a correction on Calm. But Yuri Avenger does raise a very good point. If you do want to, if you do want a very excellent resource for figuring out, you know, like what good moves to pair on your Pokemon, like which Pokemon works, like what kind of, even like if you want to check your teams to see how great it's able to handle coverages and how consistent their movesets are and all that, PvPoke is a solid resource for that. It's actually what I use to build all of the teams that I have. To varying degrees of success, of course, but you know. I have a 94 IV Shadow Granbull. Is it good? I think I've seen... Well, thank you. I hope you've been well too. Oh, thank you. I think so far we've been doing pretty solid. Considering we've been consistently 3-2 for everything except the first match. We don't talk about the first match. But anyway. 94 IV Shadow Granbull. I believe I've seen Granbull and in Shadow form in certain plays. It is incredibly fragile though, if I remember correctly. So you gotta be a little bit careful on that. Otherwise, the damage output on that thing is... solid. It's a little bit more of a niche pick, I think. Maybe a little bit more spice, and it might be a little bit of a harder sell if I'm remembering correctly in open Great League and stuff like that. But if you ever get yourself some like themed cups, like the Weather Cup, or well, in this case it's not available for the Weather Cup, but for things like I think the Love Cup is coming up, and I'm pretty sure Granbull is available for that. I think it counts as pink. I know there's one Pokemon that has like a pinkish or reddish shade to it that doesn't count because its main color is technically not pink. I can't remember if that's Granbull or not. One Pokemon is, but in any event, for any theme cup that Granbull is usually good in, I think you'll find some successes in Granbull. You just gotta build around it. Maybe the most important thing to remember is that even the best trainers lose 43% of the matches. Don't get discouraged from losing, but learn and remember from your mistakes is what will improve your play the most. Agreed. Very wise words from Yuri Avenger. Sorry, I was trying to remember a quote or something related to that, but it's a lot. The thought has been sucked up by the Magikarp in my head, so yeah, 100% agreed. It's a tough road out there, and especially the higher the ranks you go, the more people have studied the ways of the blade or the ways of the meta, and you know it's a tough road out there. And as great as a team can appear either on paper and whatnot, there's always going to be some random Pokemon that just comes in and wrecks your entire day. Especially in Great League, the meta can be pretty vast sometimes, and well, the meta's been narrowing a little bit more now that Wing Attack has dominated, if I remember correctly. But it's even then, all it takes is one, I don't know, Ampharos or like the Unovan electric pancake to start popping up, and all of a sudden, you know, all your plans have gone out the drain. So you'll never make the perfect team. You always lose to one Pokemon or another. But yeah, ultimately it's to never get too down on yourself when you lose some matches, when you have some rough sets like a 1-4 or even an 0-5. I've had those a couple times, and I will admit I never take them well, but you know, eventually you just move forward. You kind of look at what didn't work, what the current meta is looking like what kind of Pokemon you've been facing off. Like, well, I've been facing off against Stunfisk a lot, so maybe I should pack more fighting types, or like pack a Swampert or something like that. And yeah, there'll also be some times where I feel like right now the best core of 2 Pokemon is Lantern and Noctowl. It works great until you run into a Abomasnow. Very true. Also very true in Weather Cup. Weather Cup or Open, honestly. But yeah, and then in turn, Abomasnow doesn't like it when it runs into I got to rank 18 last time, but I stopped playing because no motivation. Yeah, it can be a grind, especially when you get to the higher ranks. And right now, this is the longest I've ever been in the ELO, the Ace and above ranks. And I will admit, it is a little, at least for me personally, it's a little extra disheartening to actually see your rating go down if your set's not doing great, instead of just like a very slow climb. But yeah, ultimately, you know, it's it can be rough, and it's important to just kind of you know, see what works, see what doesn't, adjust the teams, you know, try out different play styles, and you know, eventually you'll find something that works for you. I guess at the very end of the day, you know, ultimately this is just a in 199 battles and got 110 wins. That's actually a really solid win count there. I respect that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very solid performance. Yeah, it can get kind of grind the higher the ranks go, really, but ultimately stick through however long you want. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is also just a, you know, a game for fun, so no need to get my butt kicked all the time. I make adjustments and try new teams. We don't learn the most from winning, but in fact from losing. It's a painful lesson, but a valuable lesson indeed. But yeah, anyway. Speaking of losing, speaking of well, trying not to lose, we are currently in the midst of our final set for Weather Cup. So right now, yeah, well, losing gets old after a while, for real here. Very true, very true. It does become very, very frustrating. But I guess it's also always good to know that ultimately this is just for the fun of it, just for the lulz. Unless you're trying to go into, well, even if you're trying to like jump into regionals or even like worlds and stuff like that, I feel like it's good to, you know, take it as it is. It's, you know, like a game that we're playing, trying to rack up wins, but ultimately, you know, it's I'd say for the most part it's mostly just for fun. So, you know, just if it's getting a little frustrating, always good to take a step back, you know, take a breather, you know, take a moment, and yeah, never let a bunch of like any like losing streaks or anything like that really get to your head, you know. Just always good to catch breathers. Find streamers like our host here. You can explain a few things and help you. A lot of people who are helpful. That is true. There are a lot of people on Twitch and I think even on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm assuming there's people who stream this on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think people are always willing to help out, provide tips, talk it out a little bit, ramble on before their next match in Weather Cup. Yeah. For the most part, everyone's pretty supportive, I'd say. Always a good chance to find some pretty cool people in this community. Let's see a win here, Mr. Strimmer. Alright. The pressure's on now. I have to get a win for Yuri Avenger now. Alright. Fair enough. We can continue the rambling some other time. For now, we're gonna jump into match number 2 with this team, which is going to be up against S13. Something like that. Anyway, first matchup is going to be up against Lolin Sunslush. Siri. Siri trying to find us tips and tricks for battling in Great League, I guess. Anyway. Right now, we're currently duking it out with an Alolan Sandslash. I'm going to try and tank out whatever move they're throwing our way. I think we should be okay. Gonna be Bulldoze. Pack some pretty nasty neutral damage, but for the most part, we're hanging in okay. I think even if they actually fired Ice Punch, for that matter, they should pack some pretty nasty neutral damage, but anyway. Moving on from that, they're going to swap in for the ARAQUANID, into which I'm going to swap in for the Gyarados. That we are able to handle their bug bites much better, but we are facing the ever wall that is ARAQUANID. With that, I did try to see if I can try and bait out a shield there, but to no avail on that one. With that, I'm assuming, okay, it's going to be Bug Buzz. It's not very effective, but still packs quite a punch. With that, we'll go ahead and fire off a crunch their way. We'll either take out their first shield or do some decent neutral damage. Decent neutral damage it is. And we actually lowered their defense as well, so that does help quite a bit. Ooh, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to my Gyarados here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. And with that, we're going to come in with the Probopass, who is able to spark ARAQUANID right on out of here. And with that, the final mon that we have to deal with is going to be a Seaking. Interesting. And with that, unfortunately, we are resisting their Poison Jab for the most part. And with that, I'll go ahead and shield out here. No sense trying to save up our shields for... I'm assuming it's the last mon here. It's going to be Drill Run. Interesting. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Rock Slide. It does cost roughly the same energy, but I might as well try and use that to bait the shield and save up what little energy we can for this next attack. And with that, speaking of next attack, I'm assuming, yep, they're going to be coming in again with another Drill Run. That. Oh, there we go. We got Thunderbolt at the ready. I'll fire that off. Does it finish the Seaking though? It does. Hey all. Alright, with that, this win goes out to Yuri Avenger. No. Well, but I appreciate it. Sure, you know what? This win goes out to Yuri Avenger. There we go. GG's all around. Thank you for getting us back on track. Anyway, right now we're currently 1 win, 1 loss with this team. Let's see if we can tip it back into a positive win-loss with our next match. Whenever that happens. Oh, there we go. And with that, next matchup is going to be up against the Slenderman. Or a Slenderman, I don't know. Anyway, Slenderman starting out with a Bastardon. Just kidding, they swapped in for a Cradily, which is I'm going to swap in for my Gyarados. And with that, we should be able to take neutral damage from Grass Knot, but we probably should shield anyway, just because Stone Edge is a thing. Excuse me. Alright, with that, speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and shield out here. And this person's going to be Grass Knot. Shield out here too, just in case. I think it's going to be... Oh no, that one's going to be Stone Edge. Alright, so we're down on shields, but our Gyarados is still alive, so... can either do some decent neutral damage with Aqua Tail, or... okay. Decent damage with neutral tail. Aqua Tail it is. Let's see what this next move is. It could still be Stone Edge, honestly. It's indeed still Stone Edge. With that, I'm going to bring back Wishcash, who is able to mudshot the remainder of the Cradily. In which case, we are now face to face with a Lantern. Yeah, I'm going to fire off a Mud Bomb their way, get some decent damage in there. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and swap out for my Probopass. Probopass is definitely not going to like taking in these Surfs, but I think for the most part we should be able to do at least a little bit of neutral damage before our inevitable demise. Speaking of trying to do some neutral damage before inevitable demise, is now Probopass versus Bastiodon. It's the battle of the Rock Steel types. Which is a battle I was not expecting us to have in the midst of Weather Cup. I had to be completely honest with you. In any event, we'll go ahead and fire off as many Thunderbolts as we can their way. They are storing energy like there's no tomorrow. I'm expecting an onslaught of Stone Edges when Wishcash returns. Anyway, Bastiodon finally fires off a Flamethrower, in which case I'm going to try and survive a Stone Edge. Assuming it's going to be Stone Edge. I can't imagine it being... Yep, okay. And with that, we're able to clear out the Bastiodon. And now we have plenty of Mud Bombs to spare for the Lantern. So go ahead and fire off Mud Bomb and numero uno. Clear the shield. Now we have Mud Bomb numero dos. Ooh, we got Lantern right in the... Oh, there we go. And with one final Mud Shot, we are able to finish off the Lantern and secure ourselves victory number 2 of this set. GG's all around. And Zayavera got to ace once. I respect that. That's roughly about where I usually end up at the very end of the season, because I kind of get lazy with racking up or doing like my Go Battle League battles, so I just kind of end at ace and like, alright, YOLO, I can see a number at least, we're good, we're golden, we're fine, you don't need to worry about anything else. But yeah, 2 in a row hype. We got momentum. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. But yeah, right now we are currently 2 wins, 1 loss, so we're currently in the positive. Let's see if we can lock in that positive win-loss rate as we go into match number 4, which is going to be against Cerberus Vamps. Alright, Cerberus, so what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Blaziken. Actually pretty solid for us. With that though, they swap out for a Kingdra, into which case I'm actually going to swap out for my Gyarados. With that, I am going to go ahead and shield out here. We should be... it's not going to do very effective damage with no, it's going to be Outrage. I was expecting Octazooka. I was expecting the Octazooka. I got the Outrage, so I'm willing to spare the shield there. Anyway, next mon is going to be the Cradley. Interesting. Okay. And with that, let's go ahead and fire off an Aqua Tail their way. We should be able to get some decent neutral damage in there. Well, we got something. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and say goodbye to our Gyarados here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. And with that, we're going to come in with the Probopass. We will be taking some pretty nasty, or we'll be taking in some neutral damage with Grass Knot, but for the most part, yeah, we're able to handle it. And with that, I'm going to fire off a Rock Slide their way, which should pack its own neutral damage, like so. I'm not 100% sure why rocks aren't not very effective to other rocks. I don't know. I always assumed that they were. I don't know why. But anyway. And fire off another Rock Slide. Clear out the remainder of the Cradley. And now the only thing we have left to worry about is going to be the Blaziken. That though, we can go ahead and fire off a Mud Bomb their way, clear out their their last shield. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and shield out this next one. No sense try and tank out whatever they're throwing our way. It's gonna be a Blast Burn. It's not very effective, but still probably could have packed pretty mean punch. With that though, we'll go ahead and fire off another Mud Bomb their way. Get the Blaziken right on out of here, and with that we're able to secure ourselves a positive win-loss rate no matter what. So with our third win in the set, GG's all around. Alright, so there we go. We are 3 wins, 1 loss in this set. 1 final match to go. Let's see if we can close things out with a 4-1, just balance things out with set number 1. But yeah, at the very least, the pressure to get the positive set is, we got that set up, so we're okay there. But might as well see if we can go for that 4-1. Just, you know, perfectly balance the set win-loss counter. Ultimately depends if we're actually able to find an opponent for the night, and we are. There we are. Right, our last match of the night is gonna be against. That's a username. Anyway, first matchup is going to be up against a Lantern. And we are also suffering from the dreaded weak connection. That's always fun. That's always fun to see. Anyway, I'm assuming they're going to be chucking a Surf our way, so that should do some neutral damage. Probably get us right into the yellow. Oh no, they're still green. Still in the green, still in the green. Up. Ludicolo has made the scene, and I panicked and brought in the Gyarados. We are still only taking neutral damage from the Ludicolo, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're not taking quite a good chunk of damage from the Ludicolo. With that, we are able to lower their defense with the Crunch and get them well into the yellow, but otherwise, still battling out with the Ludicolo, now with the Probopass. And we'll go ahead and shield out here just in case. His Energy Ball, we probably would have handled that okay-ish, but you know, sometimes you'd rather not take that chance if I don't need to. With that, we're going to go ahead and slide some rocks their way, either take out their last shield or take out the Ludicolo. It's going to be the Ludicolo. I can respect that. And with that, next one is going to be the Alolan Sun Slush. The Ice Punches are virtually ineffective, which is nice, but I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. With that though, we're gonna go ahead and swap back in for our wish cache. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and shield out this last attack here. It's going to be an ice punch. Keep our wish cache alive for a little bit longer. Not gonna be much longer because I believe they're gonna be firing off another ice punch our way. And yeah, that's gonna finish off our wish cache. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, let's go ahead and... Ooh. They might have Bulldoze at the ready, or they're Hail Marying an Ice Punch. Okay, they're gonna be Hail Marying an Ice Punch. You can respect that. With that though, we'll go ahead and slide some rocks their way. Finish off the remainder of the Alolan Sandslash. And with that, the last mon that we have to deal with is going to be the Lantern, who does get to surf in time, and I believe this is going to pretty much mark the end of my Probo Pass. So with that, RIP's there, but all in all, GG's all around. Alright, so unfortunately we weren't able to secure it with a 4-1, but we remained consistent with our other 3 sets and got ourselves the solid 3 out of 5. So with that, we can go ahead and claim this 900 Stardust as well as this Silver Pineapple, and we got ourselves an encounter with a Skarmory. Skarmory is always nice. This one in particular, though, is being a little extra feisty. There we go. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a brand new Skarmory. Pretty decent IVs, but I'm going to transfer you out anyway. And with that, we have reached rank 2133. We started out with a pretty rough descent and ended with a pretty decent climb. And of course got ourselves a good amount of Stardust to end the night as well. So there we have it. Starting out the night with a pretty rough 1 win out of 5 and then maintaining a level of consistency that I don't know if I could replicate even if I tried. But it's a positive consistency with 3 wins out of 5 all the way around, so I'll take that. There we have it. That was our matches in the Weather Cup. All in all, good stuff. Yeah, overall consistency. Can never go wrong with overall consistency. I mean, sure, we like the flashy 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5s, but, you know, if we're able to slow but steady climb with 3 out of 5s, I'll take it. Yeah, I guess with that pretty much concludes it for our Time and Go Battle League. At least for tonight, and also the end of this stream. Thank you very much to all of you who tuned into this one, and thank you very much to Zia Vera, Yuri Avenger, Aurelius Aurora. Thank you very much for coming in, chatting it up for a little bit. Always appreciated. Always enjoy a good conversation every now and again. Yeah. Have a great evening. It was fun being here. You too, Yuri Avenger. Have a great evening as well. But yeah, with the end of the stream, if you do want to check out future streams, you can always follow us here on Twitch. We also stream over on YouTube, so you can subscribe there as well. And for any previous VODs from Twitch exclusive streams, if you want to catch up on those, we upload those on our sister channel, Voyage Archives. Otherwise, if you want other ways to keep up with our stream schedules, as well as just check out our daily happenings, you can always follow us on our social medias, Twitter and Instagram at Voyaging Trainer. Once again, that pretty much does it for this stream. Thank you very much for all of you who tuned in, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you.